Keep dreaming. So today I want to talk about the 3 marketing steps that you should know for your business to succeed. Okay. So I had a business meeting tonight with a couple of people that didn't necessarily have business backgrounds, but they were academics. But it's only when you start to talk to people that don't have a business background that you realise how much you've learned on your business venture, and like especially from my degree in business, they just didn't understand. They didn't grasp the full understanding of marketing and how to actually apply it as well. They would talk about the occasional marketing technique, but they didn't really understand the principles of marketing and why you need to do it and why it's so important. So what I've made for you is a 3-step process to marketing. It's 3 basic steps. Okay. So the first step that you should do is very easy, but it's one of the most important. And I don't think people fully grasp the importance of this. And that is to identify your specific target audience and understand who they are. The reason being is you'll understand more when you come on to step 2 and step 3. But you should know exactly what type of person they are. Are they male? Are they female? And I've said this in a video before. Are they young? Are they old? And you know, you want to narrow it down as much as you possibly can, really. To really picture, you should have an image in your mind of the person that you're trying to target. Okay? And even someone you know, you can even use, you know, maybe a friend that you think that would, you know, fit the bill. Because that would just make a really clear image in your head. And you'll understand why when you come on to step 2, because on step 2, this is where you do your market research, okay? And this is the biggest step of the marketing process. And let me explain why. Now firstly, actually, what I would like to say is that a lot of people don't do market research and they just see it as a tool to sort of business. And they don't see it as very important. The reason why it's so important is because this is what will give you the idea to see, the viability of your business, to see if the numbers add up, to see if your business is going to work. So you go and ask your audience, your specific target audience that you've identified in step 1, you ask those people, will they use your business? Okay? Now you gain numbers, so then you put that into your financial projections. Okay? How many of those people will use your business? Okay? But you also want to gain qualitative data. Okay? So what this means is that you can ask, rather than yes or no questions, you can ask for specific information. Okay? So it'll give you quality information back. So for example, if you were going to open a shop in a particular area, they may say to you that you did not recognise before that, for example, that there wasn't any car parking spaces in the area. Now if there is no car parking spaces in the area, this may really affect the way that your business runs, and it may be the difference between you succeeding in business and you failing. But you didn't identify that before. You need to do your qualitative information, your qualitative research, and your numbers games as well. So understanding how many people of your target audience are actually going to use your business. See, this brings me on to the point that business should never ever be a gamble. You shouldn't ever be in your mind as, I don't know if it's going to work, it's a risk. I don't know if this £40,000 that I'm going to invest will work. you should know that it's going to work because you've gone to ask the people that you're targeting your audience at. You've asked them, will you use my business? And once you've done that, you know in your mind that it's going to work because you've asked them. Okay. So I've wrote some notes here that I do like to go over, but you should know your marketing process in your head. Like you should know the principles. The marketing techniques should come later, like what market research are you going to perform? It doesn't really matter if you're using focus groups. You could use interviews, you could use like questionnaires, it doesn't really matter what you use, but the principle of doing market research for your specific target audience, that is the principle, and that is what matters, and that's what's going to succeed. You may choose to use a specific market research technique to because it might be more efficient or cheaper or more effective, but that's just something that you'll decide. What's important is that you're actually doing it. Okay. So, as I said, you'll know your financial projections afterwards, after you've done your market research. So you're not risking in business, you're not gambling. Okay. So now you can see the importance of market research as a whole. So this brings me on to step 3. Now this is where you do your market. You market your product or service, and you do your advertising. Now all of the marketing techniques that you use, they will be decided on who is your target audience. Okay? So it's really important that you know your target audience, because then you change your marketing technique. Okay? So I said this in a previous video, that young people use social media, so you would use social media to target a young person if your target audience is a young person. You need to know that what would be a good marketing technique to target females, for example. It may be advertising in a beauty magazine that is targeted already at females. Okay. So as you can see from the 3 steps, is that I said that the most important one was knowing your specific target audience, and this is because you cannot perform step 2 and step 3 without knowing your specific target audience, because you won't know who to do your market research on, and you won't know who to market and advertise to. Okay? And also, you won't know if your business is viable, and if and you won't know your financial projections, if your business is actually going to work, because you've gone to ask them in step 2, will you use my product or service? Okay? And you can find out qualitative information to see if it actually works. Okay? So, I'm going to go over this one more time. Step 1, identify your specific target audience. Step 2, market research on the specific target audience. Okay? And then you come to step 3, and you market your product to the specific target audience. You cannot market your product to everyone, because your message from your business will not be as clear. Okay. So what's important is that you follow these steps, and that you follow the principles of business before choosing your marketing techniques. Okay. Any questions, please leave a comment in the box. Thanks for watching.